morning, YouTube. For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Michelle Ferré and I'm a 4th grade teacher in Maryland, and I'm really tired right now. Just for frame of reference, I didn't get into bed last night until about 12:30 in the morning because I was making labels and making letters with my Cricut and other things that I probably didn't need to be doing, but that's just my personality. I'm a perfectionist and I like to have things done. So this is my 3rd and final classroom setup vlog. I have to be done today because tomorrow is Meet the Teacher night. Although I will say, a lot of times as teachers we stress out about Meet the Teacher night or back to school night. Oh, sorry, there's a bug. Okay, I'm gonna roll up my window now. I'm here to tell you that your room does not have to be perfect. I'm sorry, my heart is still beating from that. Your room does not have to be perfect, and I know I'm a hypocrite saying that because I always want my room to be perfect, but when it comes down to it, as long as you love your kids, you start forming relationships as soon as they walk into your classroom door, you're good. It doesn't matter what your room looks like. Yes, you need to create an open and welcoming and colorful environment for your students, but it doesn't have to be perfect, and honestly it's never going to be, so don't sit there stressing out about making it perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and get to school and then I'll catch up with you all there. Today is a day of labels, which for me means it is a very happy day. I'm gonna kind of go through each set of labels and explain to you what the labels are. I'm gonna link them all in the description box and then quickly go through what I'm using them for. So first, these are my STERILITE drawer labels. So they come in rainbow colors and then they also come in black and white. These are the labels that I have here on my daily drawers. They are designed to fit these STERILITE 8.5 by 11 drawers, but you can definitely use them for other things. I'm gonna use them to label my 3 drawers where I keep my morning work journals and science and social studies journals for my blocks, and then I'm also going to use them to label my magnetic wall pockets that I have on my back board because they fit perfectly. Next are my mini STERILITE drawer labels. So these are the labels that I have here. These are the STERILITE mini drawers. I already have labels on them, but I am changing what I'm keeping in the drawers, so I needed new labels for them. So again, these also come in rainbow colors and black and white. And just to quickly show you, this is the exact same label but with 2 different font options. This is the font AG Boss Lady. That is an Amy Grosbeck font. You do have to purchase that from TPT if you want to use this specific font for the labels, but you can use any font that you have on your computer. This is Futura Condensed Medium. That came standard on my computer and I really like it because it's a very clean and crisp font. So just to show you, you can make the labels look very different just depending on your font choice. Next are some labels for my cabinets where I have all of my STERILITE clip bins. Now you will notice that these labels look slightly different. This one has a thicker white border around it and this one has a thinner white border. This is actually what the labels look like in my store. They're called my assorted bright labels. They come in tons of different sizes. If you go to TPT and read the description, you can see all of the different label sizes. The reason I have these is because back when I made these labels originally, they looked like this and then I reformatted them to look like this, but I had some bins that I needed to make new labels for and I needed them to match. So if you are purchasing these labels, they will actually look like this. These ones are the 2-inch by 4-inch labels. So I have these all around my room. I literally use it to label so many different things. These ones specifically are going to go on my graded work cart. Then I have my library labels. So these have an all new design. I will quickly show you what my old library labels look like. I mean, they were okay, but I made them several years ago and they needed an update. So one of the main requests that I got with my library labels was to make them editable. Now, it's not available yet, but it is coming soon. They are going to be updated and they are going to be editable. So basically, I will format it for you. It will have the different icons and then you will be able to put your own text. So none of the labels are going to be pre-made. You will have to to type in your own text, but that way you can choose your own font and make the labels exactly for what you need for your classroom. There's going to be like 500 different symbols included, so there should be plenty of options for you. And last, these are my teacher toolbox labels. So I have my teacher toolbox right up here in this cabinet. I absolutely love how these labels look. Again, they come in rainbow colors, but they also come in black and white. These ones are actually going to go over by my small group table. I have an organizer over there that holds math manipulative. So these ones are going to go in there. I want to start by saying I print all of my labels on cardstock and laminate them so that they are more durable. For the STERILITE mini drawer labels, I like to attach them to the inside of the drawers. I use double-sided sticky tape and put 3 pieces on the label. When I insert the label in the drawer, I kind of bend it backwards and then line up the sides. Once those have stuck, I push the middle in as well. And I do recommend kind of massaging the label, if you will, where the tape is to help it stay attached. For the toolbox labels, I usually attach mine to the inside of the drawer as well, but this particular toolbox has kind of like this plastic piece on the inside, so I had to attach the labels to the outside instead. So for these, I actually used transparent tape, which is the same as clear tape, and I put 1 piece on each side. Then I arranged the colors in rainbow order going down the columns and created kind of a continuous pattern. For the STERILITE clip box labels, I attached them to the outside of the container and I used transparent tape just like I did for the toolbox. I use 1 piece of tape on each side and they stay on all year long without coming off. And I use the same method for the larger clip boxes as well. For the magnetic wall pockets, I use the same transparent tape and I put 1 piece on each side. I also put these labels in rainbow order going from the top to the bottom. For my graded work cart, I also use transparent tape, but this time I put the pieces on the top and the bottom because I didn't want the tape to interfere with the knob that's in the middle of the drawers. Now, sometimes there are containers you want to label, but they aren't smooth or they have like open spaces. So this is another method I use. I will hole punch in the label on each side and then hook it to the container using book rings, which are just like metal circle rings. For my turn-in bins, I have tried using tape, but it never stuck to the plastic very well, so I am actually using this blue poster putty to attach them. You can get this stuff at the dollar store or Walmart or Target for pretty cheap. I tear off a piece and then kind of massage it in my hand and make it pliable. Then I just put a piece on each side and press it onto the container. Finally are my math manipulative bins, which are from Big Lots. I use transparent tape for these and put 1 piece on each side, nice and simple. So these are the STERILITE drawers that I was referring to. I use these to hold morning work journals and then block 1 and block 2 science and social studies journals. In the past, I always had the same color buckets for each group and then the labels were all black. I decided to color code them this year, so I'm going to call my groups by color. Now here's how you can tell that I was making these labels late at night. You will notice all of these, the word 1 and the word 2 are written out in word form, except for this one. I put the number 2, so I'm gonna have to remake this label tonight, but it's not a big deal. So here's where we are at with things. I was going to try to get everything labeled before lunch, but it is currently 12:15 and I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop and take a break, eat my lunch. I'm just having like soup with my microwave and nothing super fancy, and then after lunch I'm gonna work on switching out my library bin. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat and then I'll catch up with you and explain all of that. Library area is done, at least as done as it can be right now. So these colored book bins are from Lakeshore Learning. I will link them down in the description box. They were an investment. I'm not gonna lie, I was like kind of on the fence because it was a little bit expensive to get enough for my entire library. However, I will say that these bins are super sturdy and I know they're gonna hold up for a really long time, and I wanted to have rainbow colors, and then these colors actually match the colors of the caddies that I have. Now you will notice that my pink ones are missing. So the pink ones are currently on back order. They're not going to be here until like middle of September-ish, so I'm just gonna have to suck it up for now. I've just stacked up. These are all of my like mixed matched chapter books that don't fit in any other category. I just put them in piles and put the labels on top, so as soon as those come in I will put the books in there and label them. So here is my next little project. I'm wanting to change out the borders. I really like the black and white stripes, but I kind of want to go more just simple. And I was thinking of doing with the boardette, like whatever color the board is on the outside and then a white on the inside and just kind of double layer them. But I was like, oh, it's fine. I'll just take down the border and start putting it up. And then I remembered the reason I had my border like this is because the felt that I have on the background is too short. It ends like right here. So I had to have a super thick border to try to cover that up. So if I want to try to change out the borders, that means that I would have to get new felt for the background that is larger. So I'm sitting here debating, like, is it worth it? Probably not. But at the same time, I love just having a fresh start at the beginning of the year. So like I was kind of looking forward to changing out my borders. So I'm tempted to leave from here at the end of the day, go to Walmart, get more black felt, get it cut the right length, and then put it up there. But I don't know yet. I'll keep y'all updated. Thankfully, I did not have to run out to the store to get more felt for my bulletin board. My TA and I were actually able to stretch the felt enough that it moved closer to the edges. When you are doing a double border around your bulletin board, I suggest attaching the two borders together before you try to staple them on the board. Here you can see me using double-sided sticky tape, but it's actually kind of coming off. So I ended up switching to hot glue because it held a lot better. I just put a few small dots going down the edge of the white border to hold the blue one in place. Also, another quick tip, this border is called boardette and it comes in two pieces kind of interlocked together in the center. If you keep the pieces attached while you are cutting them, then you only have to make one cut for the top and bottom of your bulletin board and one cut for the sides of your bulletin board, so it'll be a lot faster for you. Now, since I'm using a double border and they meet in the corner, the border is actually too thick for me to staple, so I'm using hot glue to hold down the ends of the border. When it comes to putting a title on your bulletin board, I like to measure the board width and then lay out the letters along a yardstick or a meter stick so I can make sure that they are spaced correctly and centered. Then I use a piece of painter's tape to kind of hold them together, and I will hold that up to my bulletin board and then staple them in. That helps to make sure that all of the letters stay straight all the way across. So I feel like I have not checked in with you all since, I guess it was like lunchtime, and it's now after 5 o'clock, but I feel like I've been productive. Overall, I'm very happy with what I've gotten done in my room. You guys saw that I got the bulletin boards done, so I'm going to go ahead and show you those. So here are the finished bulletin boards. I'll go closer to that one in a second. Hopefully the little tips that I gave you were helpful. This board is going to be my math focus board. So in those sheet protector pocket things, dry erase pockets, whatever you want to call them, is going to be posters that have to do with whatever topic that we're working on. And then this empty space underneath will be for displaying vocabulary. And then this board over here is for the standards of mathematical practice. I just put up there math practice standards because it was less to cut out with my Cricut. Now these letters, just FYI, I just cut these out with my Cricut machine. So I laminated plain white cardstock, and then with my Cricut I use the poster board setting, and it will actually cut through the laminated cardstock. I am not a Cricut expert, so I'm not going to do a video on it, but if you go on YouTube, there's tons of like tutorials and things that you can use. And then these posters are a freebie on TPT, so I will link them in the description. I'm going to walk around the room and give you a little update. I still have a couple of small things to do before Meet the Teacher tomorrow, but for the most part, it's good enough for now. This area is pretty good. I did order some more of these bins that I'm going to use for my STEM materials, so I have to put those out, but I don't think they're going to be here for a couple of days, so I'm not going to worry about it for Meet the Teacher. This area is good to go. Tomorrow I need to label their agendas and lay them out. I'm taking those mugs home with me. This area is all good. I have my QQQ posters hung up that my TA did for me yesterday. These bins are extra sandwich containers and snack containers. I may try to organize some of my math stuff in here, but if I don't have time, I'm just going to put them in a closet. This board is good to go. This area is good to go. This area is good to go. However, we were just told today that we have to use like these mandated schedule cards that are provided by our county, which kind of stinks because I'm not gonna be able to use mine anymore, but I'm gonna see what I can do to still make it happen. Here is my math stuff. That's all good. I do need to clean up my desk area just a little bit, but it's not too bad. This area is pretty good. I need to remake that label tonight. These are books that I need to label tomorrow, but if I don't have time, I can just put them in a cabinet. I have some stuff over there I need to clean up. My library area is good to go, and then this whole area over here is good to go. So that is going to be it for my classroom setup vlogs. Hopefully you all enjoyed me splitting up into 3 pieces instead of doing one like really long vlog. I just felt like it was easier to show what I was doing like each step of the way. No, my room is not completely done. No, it is not perfect. And you know what? I don't care. Like, I'm just focused on tomorrow and meeting my kids, and I'm so excited to be able to meet them. And honestly, they're not gonna care about every little thing in my room being perfect, and neither should you. So if you enjoyed this video, please, please, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. While you're at it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you are notified every time I post a new video. Just a heads up, my next vlog is going to be all about Meet the Teacher. So I'm gonna show you everything that I lay out and kind of like what I do to set up my room and how I run my stations and what I'm wearing and all that good stuff. Hopefully you all are looking forward to that. But as always, thank you for watching. I love you all so, so much. Don't forget to think positive, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of this video and for supporting my YouTube channel. If you want to check out any of my older videos, you can use the 2 links right down here. If you want to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos, you can use the link right up here. The links to all of my social media sites, my Teachers Pay Teacher store, my merchandise store, and my Amazon store are in the description box, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.